I think it's about being very clear about my motivations, right? My motivation is not to advocate for this in any which way, but it's to say that, outside of, this organization and my work, there is momentum growing in this space. We are seeing it across sectors in the UN, in the US government, at academic institutions, and in research institutions, right? We're seeing a really growing shift in the way people are talking about it and engaging with it. And unfortunately, we're seeing that in the private sector too, with recent kind of efforts to deploy solar geoengineering and sell cooling credits. And so my motivation is to say that this is happening, and regardless of how you feel about this topic, you deserve to be engaged on it and to be part of, the decision making that is happening. And by not talking about it, you are actively disempowering yourself from this conversation. And that's not something that you want to do. Like, that's absolutely fine. But I think that opportunity and awareness of this topic and those processes, it's incredibly important for people to be aware of. I think that has been kind of an effective way to engage people, right? And to say that, I want to help build capacity in ways that are kind of most important and most effective for you. And you can or can't do anything with that information. That it's entirely up to you. But if you would be willing to kind of think about if that might make sense, seems to be a really good way to kind of bring people to just a conversation. And I think those are just critical for steps to building relationships, right? Like, I can't go in and say, I want to kind of lead a capacity building effort in your country. Like, that's not going to work. That's also entirely not sustainable and not effective. I want to think about ways to empower locally led efforts in ways that can be, sustained and kind of built by the people who are in these places, and in whatever ways that kind of is, in whatever ways the resources can be kind of built or provided by this organization. That's what I want to contribute to.